Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a leg day. We started off with a set of high bar squats. Pretty happy with this. I really only did one work set because again, that's all that I need to maximize neural drive, bring the squat up, and then everything else is just pump work, right? Let's just get jacked. This is kind of the essence of power building for me. All right, my big lifts, some of them I only do one set, some of them I do 3 sets. We do them pretty heavy, trying to not go much over about 6 reps on some of them. Some of them will go to 8. But, follow some progressive overload on those big lifts. And then we just pump the hell out of everything. Okay? And that's what I do on this 5-day split. So here, high bar squat, got 6 reps. Obviously, it was pretty fatiguing. You can tell, those sets are hard. Those last couple reps were definitely hard. Could I have probably ground out a 7th rep? Yeah, felt like I could have. It just would have been ugly. But look at the quads there. And you guys will see through here, the quad pump is definitely legit. So what do we do after that? Repped out the belt squat. So what I did with this, decided to just do 3 sets today. Use the same weight I've been using. Just take the sets real close to failure. Got 16 to 18 reps on all the sets, right? 16 to 18 reps. Also means I might want to think about increasing the weight, but also looking at this footage, I felt like I didn't get 100% as deep as I have been, maybe. I don't know. I need to compare the footage. We're below parallel, but, realistically, I do want to get these as deep as possible. So just a minor caveat here, even though I picked up, a couple reps, throughout the sets, it may have been at the expense of a little bit of that range of motion, and that's not desirable, especially because the leg extensions I'm forced to use in my setup don't get the deep stretch at the bottom. So again, probably want to make it up here, but at least it's consistent here with what I'm doing for squat depth. So I'm happy with that because all the squats were below parallel, right there, below parallel, easily powerlifting depth. Keeping in mind with high bar, reaching powerlifting depth is a deeper knee angle, by the way, for people who don't know that. Your low bar or wider stance squats, the reason it's oftentimes used for that is because you can break prep parallel with less range of motion. So right now I'm doing kind of the high bar stuff to go ahead and maximize development, right? And we're gonna have my squat be a real squat. Just like my benching, we're doing all the benching with a flat back. Okay, it's bodybuilder benching. We're not arching. So all these top lifts, we're still looking at the hypertrophic benefit because we're doing rep work, and a lot of them we are focusing on that range of motion, right? Something we really want to do here. Now, as far as a lot of this vlog goes, I don't know that I'm going to talk all the way through because it's going to get real boring after this because it's essentially 9 minutes of me doing leg extensions. So we have these first couple of exercises, and after that it's just pump volume, and you're going to see me doing more and more and more of that in the vlogs, kind of like on the curls. I'm going to try to do up to 20 sets of curls on my back and bicep day. Tricep extensions, we may start doing that. We're going to do a lot of pump volume, a lot of isolation. I don't have a lot of isolation stuff for quads though. Right, I just don't have access. It's not like I have dumbbells and bands and stuff to the same extent we can do for the upper body. Okay, I have just more equipment for that. And there aren't really much in the way of isolation movements for quads out there. I could do the sissy squat, but we're turning back into a more taxing movement. And I'm not trying to be cardiovascularly taxed here because I do cardio afterwards. Like you guys saw the vlogs, they went up on Facebook and YouTube. So I did some talking both today. In both, wearing my 50-pound weight vest. And we do all that still fasted. So the lighting though here, because it's just the natural lighting, and I just have that fluorescent light, the one garage light overhead. Eventually, I got to figure out a better lighting setup eventually. But I'm only going to be in this house so long, so I may not need to worry about it that much. And so we don't have the best lighting there, but you guys can tell the legs were really, really, really vascular, super vascular. And same thing, I did some quad flexing for you guys between the calf raises, and I stopped these at 3 sets. I would almost say, look, it might benefit my fat loss to push the calves even harder. But I'm like, I'll get that from the quads. My calves are super jacked. And I almost had to think this through, of do aesthetically I really need more quads, or is it really I need to just get the arms bigger while I get leaner? But the thing that I have to remember, getting leaner is critical, absolutely critical for aesthetics. Quad and calf muscle adds a lot more energy burn when I'm doing my cardio. Also adds higher metabolic rate, just burns more calories. So especially with quads being the biggest muscle in the body, right? There's where my legs are. I think they're in a good place. We're in a pretty good place. So that being said, I realized if I gain a little bit of leg muscle, or I focus on it more, my squat will go up, and it will turn up my metabolism and energy turnover. And we have to think in those terms, guys. We have to think in those terms. If we want to continue to get leaner, we want it to be easy, because I want to get lean easy. I don't want getting lean to be hard. And it hasn't been. Like, getting leaner to this point has not been difficult. And I feel like as long as I can mess with metabolic trickery and keep my energy turnover super, super high, mess more with the fasting, protein overfeeding. The whole idea is nutrient partitioning, metabolic rate, all these things. So when we really look at it, it really makes sense to keep focusing on building some quads. And I've been somewhat resistant to that, but I've realized and have to bite the bullet that, it will only help my cut. There's no real downside other than, oh man, I need more food. But I get to eat more food. And that's the other thing too. So what? What if it gets to the point where I go, wow, I'm a little sick of eating this much food one day? I'm going to get really, really lean real fast. I'm going to get in contest shredded or something. If I get to a point where I go, I don't even want to eat this much, and cut 1,000 calories out a day, even though, look, I've just been getting leaner and leaner anyways, because I've gained all that muscle, that puts me in a really good spot. Okay, puts me in a great spot as far as that goes. So keep gaining the muscle. It'll just help me get leaner. It'll help me get leaner. It'll help me get shredded. It's really good for business overall, right? So what about these leg extensions? What do we do on them? 18 to 20 reps approximately, pretty much to failure. Most of the sets are to failure. They're right at. If you guys look, I try to do another rep and it sticks. I moved the camera down so you guys can see the legs all the way better. So why do I have the socks on? Only because of those leg extensions, right? Those leg extensions can rub me raw even with that, using that canvas. So the socks help prevent that. Because you guys have seen my ankles bleeding before from messing with those. Probably not as bad when I'm going really light like I'm doing. But it can happen. So I just put on a set of thick socks. And so then I had to leave them on for the calf. There's just no point taking them on and off. But here we go. At the end of this set, we'll see really good leg development. I'll flex the calves real quick, and then you'll see my quads from a good angle. I put up pictures of that on all my social media so far, so that people can see where that is. So the legs are actually looking pretty good, all things considered, right? But that powerlifting background helps, obviously, because I've done so much leg work and squatting. But there we go. Look at that. Look at the veins. Look at the separation. So just keep working, guys. Keep working. So really that's the thing that tells me, is because I still have the loose skin and the fat and the loose skin around my waistline. It's probably the biggest thing still holding me back, but it's still getting tighter. It's improving. So we just keep improving it, keep working on it. And from here, I don't think there's much else to talk about. You guys can watch all the sets of leg extensions, but I probably don't need to talk over them anymore. So I need to get this vlog rendered and get it up for everyone to see. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.